Hi, everybody. It's 2 o'clock on a Thursday. And today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little shadow box frames. They're 3D frames, but they're cards. And they stand up like this. And you can do a personal message on the back. And obviously, they don't flatten, but you could make a little envelope or something for them. They're adorable. I'm using Hero Arts Shop Box Collection 2 stamps. So stay with me and I will show you how to make them. All right, I'm back. So I think I'll make the box first and then I'll make the insert, okay? All right. Now this is a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock and I cut 2.5 inches off the bottom. And I'm just going to put that aside. And now I'm left with an 8.5 by 8.5 piece of paper. And I'm going to score it on all 4 sides at, let me get out the side that I haven't done here, at 1/2 inch, 1, 1.5, and 2. And then I'm going to do that on all 4 sides at 1/2, 1, oops, 1.5, and 2. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to make 2. So I've done that on all 4. I did 2 prior. I'm going to make 2 short score lines at 2.5, just down to the second score line, and at 6, just down to the second score line. All right. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold and burnish on all of the score lines. So the frame itself ends up being 4.5, I believe. And then the insert is 3.5. So I'm just folding and burnishing on all of those score lines. We made, I think we made a shadow box gift card holder, and it's the same idea. You might get a little cracking on the when you're going against the grain. I should have been actually folding them the other way. But. Okay, and then I'll do this one. Okay. So I'm at the store today. Linda and Paulette are here, and they're working on the kits for those packs of cards. So that's what they're doing. Okay, so now I've got it all cut. Now what I'm going to do is, oh, I know what I didn't do. I had to do 2 on the other side. Sorry about that. So I did my 2, 2.5 and 6, and then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do 2.5 and 6. So you do both sides. All right. Now I'm going to cut. So I'm going to cut up here. So that's 1, 2, 3 on the 4th score line from the right. And then I'm going to cut along the 3rd score line. And I'm going to cut this part out. So you're cutting out the 3 score lines. Okay, so it looks like that. And then you're just going to cut this off and make a little tab. I'm just going to miter the corner a little bit. Okay, so it looks like that. And you want to cut out the score line. So I'm just making sure I've got that cut out. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to go to this left side. And I am going to cut down that score line. Like that. And then I'm going to cut this one. And cut this out. And make a little tab. And then I'll do a template for this, but it is easier watching the video than explaining it. Okay, so now there's those 2 lines that I put in. So now those are facing me. They're right here. So I am going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 over from the right and cut down. And then I'm cutting 3 over from the right. And then I'm cutting out these 3 sections. And this one is making a little tab. I'm just mitering just a little bit. Right, now we're on to the left side. So I'm going to cut down the 4th and the 3rd. And then I'm going to turn it and cut that out and make a tab. Okay. All right, now we have those 2 little lines, 4 little lines that we put in. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down this line like that, and then I'm going to angle over. So I'm going to cut from here to there. Okay, so I'm making the corner of the box. So I'm just going to angle that over and cut. Okay, so I'm cutting down that little line and then angling, turning my paper and cutting to the end of that score line. So now it looks like that. So what we're creating now are these little lines. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to do it on this side. So I'm going to cut down this line and then just turn my paper and cut to that score line. And cut down here. Once you make one, you get the hang of it, and then you'll be able to make more. There we go. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. All right. Okay, so now we're going to add some tape. I'm going to use my Sukwang tape. And I'm going to flip it over. and I'm going to put it on this side. So I'm putting it on the end sections on all the sides. You should see Guster. Guster's in Linda's arms, and he's just snuggled right up there. All right, so I'm just putting it all on these end sections. And then I'm also going to put it on the tabs. Okay, so I'm going to put some here. So there's 4 tabs that we cut. So I'm just putting it on there. And this one. Okay, so now we're going to flip it over. So we've got it on all 4 sides, and we've got it on all 4 tabs. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I am going to put it on these diagonals. Now it doesn't have to be exactly on the diagonal, but I'm just putting it roughly on the diagonal. How's that? So there's 4 of those. Oops, on a tape. Okay, so there's 4 of the diagonals that you're putting on, and you're putting it on the inside. I flipped it over. Okay, so I'll just do that again. On the outside, we've got the tape on all 4 sides and all 4 tabs, and then you flip it over, and it's on the 4 diagonals. All right. Now we're going to work on these big sides first, not the ones with the diagonals. We're working on these big ones. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tape off. Actually, you can remove the tape from everything. The tape backing, I mean. Just take it all off. Even these little tabs. And the diagonals, little tabs. Okay, so I've removed the tape backing from every piece of tape. All right. So now we're working with the 2 sides that do not have the diagonals. So I'm going to fold down the tape side. So fold it in, and then I'm just going to count 1, 2 of the sections and fold this down. Okay. I'm just take my bone folder, and then you just kind of pop it up, and there's your frame. Okay, I'll do that again on this side. So I'm folding the tape side over, and then I'm going to fold over 2 of the sections, and then it pops up, and there is your frame. Okay. All right, now we're going to attach the sides. So I've got my tape on those little corners. Just taking that corner and pushing it in with my finger and lining up the side like that. Okay. So I'm taking that little corner and lining it up with the sides, and then just kind of pushing it in there. Kind of pinch it. And then this one. All right. Once you have all that done, this one doesn't want to stick. Okay, now you're just going to kind of take these sides and you're just going to kind of roll them in so they kind of fit in there like that. Okay. So that one I just kind of rolled in, and then I'm just going to turn it around and do the same. So this is the part with the tape on it. And then you just kind of roll it under there, push it in place. And it looks like that. And there's our frame. Cool, eh? Okay, now you're going to take, remember that piece we cut off, the 2.5 inch piece we cut off? We're going to do a little scoring on that. So we're going to score at 1, 2, 5, and 8. So it's 2.5 by 8.5. It's just that little piece that we cut off of the original. All right, so this 1/2 inch one, I'm going to do a mountain fold. And then this one, I'm going to do a mountain fold. And this one, I am going to do a valley fold. And this one, I'm going to do a mountain fold. So it looks like that. So mountain fold, valley fold, valley fold, valley fold. All right. So I'm going to fold this side over, and I'm going to add some tape to that. And then I'm going to take this side and just fold it. We're making the little stand for the card. That's what we're making. And then I'm just going to fold that over like that. And then I have that, a little easel stand. See that? I'm just going to trim that off. There we go. So there's my little easel stand. It looks like that. All right, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put some tape on the back. You could use glue if you wanted. And then I'm going to attach it to the back of my frame. So we'll get that on. So the little stand is on the bottom, and then I'm just going to place that in the center on the back. And then it stands up. Now I cut a piece of white paper, and I cut this little piece of cardstock at 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. And that fits on here. So this is where I'm going to do my personal message. I'll just get some glue here.
Yes. What do you mean? I didn't get that one.
And then I'm just putting it right here. So that is where your personal message can go. Okay. And there it is.
I'm not sure what she was.
Now for this part, I'm going to show you how I did it, and I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. So this one is this stamp. Okay. So it is the candle, the Marian Bright and Peace. And Linda, do you want to go on? I think it's on that side of the rack, or maybe it's that rack, and you can get these stamps. I want to just get, not the, no, over here, the first rack or the second rack. Might be the second rack. There's a poinsettia and a candle. So, and these are called shop box collections. So there's the poinsettia, and you get some holly and some leaves, berry leaves, and then they're only $12.49. Okay, and then this one is the candles, Marian Bright, and it's $12.49. And they really do stamp lovely and color up lovely. So there is the candle. So I just colored it in. I added some little beads. This was just some gold paper that I curled around my finger. And the piece is from here. And I just cut around it. Okay. All right. And then this one is the poinsettia. And that's what I'm going to do today. Oh, and I also went around it in gray to give it a little shadow. All right. This is the poinsettia. And I'm going to show you how I did this one. Okay. Are you going home?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to put this in. I guess I can put it down here. You can see that. So I put it in my stamp positioner, and I've already colored and cut out a poinsettia. All right. So I'm going to put my poinsettia about here. And I didn't want to mask and all that kind of stuff. So this is what I did. So the first thing I did was I stamped Have a Beautiful Christmas. So I'm going to stamp that. Okay. And these would make lovely cards too, of course. Yes, if you'd like the stamps, just let me know and I'll put them away for you. So this one is Have a Beautiful Christmas. So we'll get that on. All right. And then so I'm going to put my poinsettia about there. So this I can put under here. And this one I'm going to put under here like that. Because my poinsettia is going to cover that up. And I'm also going to put my holly leaf. So I can do 3 at once. I'm going to put that one up here. Like that.
Yeah, just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
That is the wrong ink.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Because I'm going to be coloring these, I am going to use my hybrid ink. So I'm using Nuvo. You can use Memento, Nuvo, whatever you choose to color with. Okay, and then I'm going to take these off and just do that holly leaf again over here. And I'll put one right here. Now I can overlap because, again, my poinsettia is going to, I'm going to be having jeepers stuck. The poinsettia is going to cover it all up, so. All right. So now I have those done. So now I can take this out of here. Okay. Just going to flip this over and color on this side. Okay, so I have two markers. I have dull green blend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in all of the leaves with this one. And because these are the tri-blends, I have all three colors on here. A light, a medium, and a dark. Okay. And then I'm going to take my dark. And I'm just going to just put some dark in there. Add some dark just at the base a bit. I'm going to go over all of this. And then I'm just going to add some dark to these. Green, just going over the actual inking. There we go. Now I didn't bring red for the berries, so I'll kind of add that so that you can't. Maybe I have a red. I'll do them later. They can be green berries. How's that? Okay, so now I'm going to take my light again, and I'm just going to kind of blend all that in like that. Okay. Okay. Deepen that a bit. We'll have some green berries. They haven't changed yet. All right. And then I took this gray. This is Ice Gray Blend. And I just went around the edges with it. I don't know. I just thought it added to it. Made a little shadow. So the price point on these stamps is really good. And then I'm just gonna, you certainly don't have to do this, but I just wanted to try it. Now I cut out this poinsettia, so I'm just gonna color that white there. I'm just gonna do it a bit of gray on it, just so that it matches. And there we go. And then I put some pop dot on the back. And then I'm just going to put that on like so. All right, and then I took these little beads, the gems, the little ones, and I put some glue in the center here. And then I'm going to take my jewel picker and I just put some right in the, whoops, in the center here, just to give it some shine. Whoops. Let's push them together there. And there we go. That one's on top of each other. Put one more in. Okay, so there's that. Now you could place that right on a card if you want it. So this is 3.5 by 3.5. Now I put a gold mat on here. You can see it, but I don't even know if you need that. And then it just slides in there like that. And there we go. Isn't it pretty? Now I'll show you what I did to make that. I just took a strip of gold and it kind of has a little memory of its own. I just kind of twirled it. And just made a little coil. And I just kind of placed it down here. Now this one I'm not going to because it's covering it up, but I just wanted to show you what I did. You could probably use one of these to make it smaller. And then it just sits in there like that. I think it's more, looks better on the candle. All right, and then you can stamp a message and write something on the back here. So there it is. 3D card. All right, I have, what do I have to show? I forgot. We're busy making the kits for the box of cards. So here they are, the poinsettia and the candle, $12.49 each. So if you'd like them, let me know and I'll put them away for you. Cindy made something here. It's really my first day back. All right, what's this? She made a poinsettia with fern and a pine cone. So what did she make that out of? This must be something hanging up. Do you see it anywhere? It's gorgeous. Look at this one. Is there a... No, this is a die. But look at the background. It's beautiful. I don't know what she used. I think it's Spellbinders. It's beautiful. I'll have a look. But it's gorgeous. And then I'm going to make something using this. I love this. So this is the stencil. And this is the die. And then you make these leaves and whatnot for poinsettias and stuff. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I'm going to make something with that. And it's a stencil, see? Beautiful. And it's by Pink Brush. It's called Festive Leaves. And then I can cut those out. So I'll make that, something with that. Okay, I don't know if there's going to be one tomorrow. We'll see if I get one made tonight. And then next week we'll be back on track. Okay? All right, well, I hope you try this. Lots of fun. And if you haven't tried, just stamp your sentiment and cut around it, fussy cut around it. And it works out great. Okay? All righty. Thanks for joining me. And I will maybe see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.